I want to talk to you today about my last video I did about the reasons for COVID and kind of get into old teachings that have been around for thousands of years. So I talked about in the last video about why COVID occurred. Like, it was a test to see if we were to take everything away from everybody, how would they react, right? If life was completely different. Well, a great example of that is extraterrestrials, aliens, UFOs, whatever you want to call it. What if they were to supersede the government, right? Because trust me, the government knows all about this. They've just been lying to you forever and ever and ever about it. The evidence is overwhelming. Don't believe me, do your own research. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. Whether UFOs or aliens exist, they do. It's just a fact. It's a reality. Do your own research. There's enough evidence to support anybody going to a court of law, they would win. It's the same thing like life after death, near death, which we'll talk about that in our next video about, reincarnation. There's so much evidence, it's just ridiculous. And if you don't, you got your head in the sand if you haven't. Don't believe anything I say. Do your own research. You'll find, you go, holy mackerel, this is basically bigger than I thought. And yes, you've been lied to pretty much your entire life about it. Why? It's all about control and power. Another topic. But I digress. Getting back to why COVID occurred, right? One reason COVID occurred is to see how people react if everything was taken away. Well, what if UFOs, aliens, extraterrestrials, whatever you want to call it, would appear in the sky? Like hundreds of different kinds of extraterrestrials all over the sky. So you see ships all over this. That would change everything that we know today overnight. The perspective would change. Time travel is not possible. Dimensional travel is not possible. Do we live in dimensions? So many questions, right? How do they get here? Propulsion system, energy, free energy. Tesla talked about free energy, electromagnetic energy. We can go on and on and on. That would change everything. All of a sudden, guess what? Maybe going out to eat, restaurants, not as important anymore. Sports, sporting events, goes away, not as important anymore. Why? Because our whole paradigm, our whole shift, our whole thought process energetically changes just like that. Can we handle that? Think about that. Can you handle it? So that's kind of why we had to see what life would be like if everything was taken away. And a whole new paradigm. You had to kind of create yourself. You were left to your own mind, if you will. You were left to your own thoughts. You had to find new ways, new creative ways to make up your time or enjoy your time. Talk to your family. A lot of divorces happen. Why? Because they looked at the person next to them and they said, I don't know this person. I have these kids I don't even know, don't even like people around me, right? So the truth of the matter is, I don't think they ever liked themselves. It all comes back to self and understanding self, right? And that's really what kind of why COVID sort of occurred. One reason is that we wanted to see what life would be like if we were to take everything away and how people react. So a great example of that, again, is aliens and UFOs, which brings me back to this topic I want to talk to you today about old teachings becoming new again. All this information that I'm saying to you today, extraterrestrials use positive thoughts, positive deeds, positive action, that we're all one being. We're from a creative mind, a one set. God got us all, that is, whatever you want to call it. Christianity, Judaism, Confucianism, Hinduism, you name it, go down the line. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Confucia, was it Mathia? That was the Romans. The same exact story is in the Bible. Virgin births, right? Born on 25th December. Krishna, same story. It's basically just regurgitated information. Don't believe me? I don't really care. Do your own research, okay? It's not my point is not to try to make anybody believe anything. I want you to do your own research. But I'm telling you that what you think you know, basically, and what you've always thought you know, we need to pull ourselves out of that old paradigm and start opening our minds to different things, different realities, and start to understand that, hey, guess what? There's more information than what I've been led to believe. But this information is hundreds of thousands of years old. It's nothing new. It's been around. It's there for you, but you'll have to actually put the effort in and do your own research. I had an awakening. I've always thought I was something different, that there was something for me to do. I just never knew what it was. And quite honestly, tried to go into acting. But honestly, I didn't really care ever about acting. It was never really even about that. It was about to build a name so then I could present this information to people. Because for whatever reason, this information, if John Bliss is saying it, no one wants to listen. But if Arnold Schwarzenegger says it, all of a sudden, people want to listen. I have no idea why that is, but that's just the way it is. So I thought I would become Arnold Schwarzenegger. Therefore, I would have a platform and a voice to get this information out to people. Because the goal is what? Not to preach. The goal is to teach. That's it. And when the student is ready, the teacher is there. But when you get information and you realize that, okay, wait a second here. I have not been told this, that we're one. God actually loves us. That we are God, basically. We are God. We are part of the essence of all things. We have the ability to create a life that we desire. And collectively, as a whole, we have the ability to change. So, we don't like our environment. We don't like the way things are. Guess what? We can change it. You and I collectively can change it. You as an individual can change. Now, it works a lot better when all of us have a same mindset. Absolutely. But that shouldn't stop you from changing your inner reality, your life, to how you wish to do it. We don't like the way things are run. We don't like the government. We can stand and talk about all why the government is the way it is, why religion is the way it is. We can do this till we're blue in the face. And all that is true. 100% true. But it doesn't do us any good until we start changing our inner selves. And instead of walking around with signs and protesting, we can do it collectively as individuals and as a group. Get people together. Meditate on world peace. Meditate on a planet that you want to see. This information is hundreds of thousands of years old. It's been around forever. I invite you to pull yourself out of your comfort zone. Honestly, start talking about this. Go inward. Ask yourself, is this person nuts or is he actually making sense? Because I'm not the only one saying it. There's a lot of us saying it. But one thing that I will tell you is I'm pretty straightforward. I don't really beat around the bush. I'm not airy-fairy, fairy tales, which honestly, a lot of the New Age stuff I can't stand because of the airy-fairiness behind it. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't like it. I really prefer truth, someone just hitting me in the face. And I do a lot of my own. I don't do a lot of reading, to be honest with you, because the information that I give to you, I want it to be fresh. I want it to come from I want it to be almost channeled from my inner self. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I just recently came across something today. I was watching on actually YouTube, and someone was talking about the lost teachings of Jesus. And it just made me think, like, these teachings have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. They're not, Jesus learned them himself in order to tell and teach others. And it's like, if you find the cure for cancer, do you just not say anything? You want to just hold it within and not tell anybody? Right? You want to give that information out. And yeah, okay, maybe you'll have to be cautious because someone might try to take you out for that because they really don't want that stuff cured. There's a lot of money in cancer. There's a lot of money in a lot of things that they don't want. So we don't need to focus on that. What we need to focus on, though, is creating the type of planet, type of world that we want. We can do it. So seek within. Allow the universe to guide you and see what kind of information comes to you. It's stuff I've said about COVID. Go within. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Could this actually be? And then watch the universe give you little segments of information and go, interesting. maybe there's something to this. Because when you start to see something over and over with synchronicities, that is an indication that you might be on the right track. Something to think about, something to consider. I love you guys. I really hope you spread the word. Positive thoughts, positive deeds, positive action. Live the life you want every day. You 100% absolutely deserve it. And you know what? Be good to yourself. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.